In a small weather-beaten neighborhood on the outskirts of Manila, a boy named Elian lived on a shanty house made of patched wood and tin. The roof leaked every time it rained, and the walls trembled when the wind grew strong. He was only 14 years old, but his eyes carried the exhaustion of someone who had lived through too much. Every morning before dawn, Elian would walk barefoot along muddy roads to collect plastic bottles and tin cans. His mother, Aling Rosa, was sick and bedridden from years of working in factories. His father had left when Elian was 6, chasing a promise of work overseas that never came true. Life had been nothing but survival, but there was one thing that made Elian different, one thing that gave him hope: his voice. When the world was too heavy, he would sit on the roof of his little house at sunset, his old, cracked guitar in hand, and sing to the dying light. His voice wasn't just beautiful, it was honest, filled with raw emotion that came from pain and love. His favorite song was Hotel California by the Eagles. His father used to sing it to him before he left. The haunting melody carried a piece of the father he lost, and the dreams he still held on to. One day, while Elian was singing near the marketplace, a foreign tourist, an American woman named Laura Bennett, stopped to listen. She was captivated. The boy's voice carried through the noise of the street like something pure and aching. She pulled out her phone and recorded him, posting the video online with the caption, "A poor boy from the Philippines with the voice of an angel." Within days, the video exploded. Millions watched. Celebrities shared it. And one morning, as Elian and his mother were eating rice with salt, the only meal they could afford, someone knocked on their fragile door. It was a representative from America's Got Talent. They told Elian he'd been invited to perform in Los Angeles, all expenses paid. Tears streamed down his mother's face as she clutched his hands. "Go, Enoch," she whispered weakly. "Let them hear your voice. Let them see what poverty could never take from you." When Elian stepped onto the AGT 2025 stage, the crowd saw just another shy skinny boy in worn-out sneakers. His shirt was too big, and his English was broken, but his eyes held quiet fire. Simon Cowell leaned forward, intrigued. "What's your name, young man?" My name is Elian, from Philippines," he said nervously. "And what are you going to sing for us today?" He hesitated for a moment, then said softly, "Hotel California." A ripple of surprise passed through the judges. The lights dimmed. The audience fell silent. Then, the first chords began. Elian's voice, trembling at first, soon filled the hall like warm gold. His accent gave the song new texture, his emotion new depth. When he reached the chorus, "Welcome to the Hotel California," his voice soared, breaking just slightly at the edges, the way hearts do, when they've known hunger, loss, and hope all at once. The camera panned to the audience. People were crying. By the second verse, his voice cracked, not from weakness, but from truth. He sang as if he were telling his life story through those lyrics, the endless nights, the broken promises, the dream of escape. When the final note hung in the air, Elian's hands were trembling. Silence. Then, an eruption of applause. People rose to their feet. Some screamed. Some wept openly. He looked confused, almost afraid, until he saw Heidi Klum wiping her tears. "You sang from your soul," she said softly. "That wasn't just music, that was life." Howie Mondale nodded, his voice cracking. "I think we just witnessed something beyond talent." This boy, he felt every word. Sofia Vergara smiled through tears. "Elian, you remind us why we love this show, because sometimes, in the darkest places, we find the brightest stars." Then came Simon. He leaned back, studying Elian quietly. The crowd held its breath. Finally, Simon said, "Elian, I've been doing this show for many years. And every once in a while, someone walks in and changes everything. You didn't just sing a song, you sang your story. And I think," he reached toward the golden buzzer, "the world needs to hear it." Bam! The confetti exploded. The golden light showered down like blessings from heaven. Elian stood frozen, staring in disbelief as tears streamed down his face. He covered his mouth, and fell to his knees. Simon walked up to the stage and hugged him. "You deserve this, young man. You deserve the world." After that night, Elian became a global sensation. Interviews, news features, fan letters, everything changed overnight. But the first thing he did, when he got his first paycheck, was send money home, to fix the roof of his mother's house. When the AGT finale came, he sang again, not for fame, but for her. He dedicated the performance to his mother, saying, "This song is for the woman who taught me that love can survive hunger, and dreams can grow even in broken homes." The whole world fell in love with him. Months later, when his mother finally recovered enough to travel, AGT invited her to the stage as a surprise. As Elian sang once more, the same Hotel California that started it all, she walked out slowly, tears in her eyes. He froze mid-song, then ran to her, embracing her as the audience stood again in thunderous applause. That moment, a poor boy holding his mother in the middle of the biggest